The view high above our broadcast locations. And we've got
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, they've got Jackson. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now, here's Lillard. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Basket good.
And Lillard times these floaters perfectly. He rises up with these, letting the ball roll off his fingertips.
On the wing, Jackson. The 3 sinks the three-pointer. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Jackson. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now, here's Zubac. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Lillard with no one around. That 3 off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Powell with the steal. An open look for Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
But Lillard, he has a sweet jump shot. The defense has to know he's deadly for him.
George looking around. Pass to Zubac. Rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
Lillard against Jackson. Shoots over Lillard. Jackson misses.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for C.J. McCollum. Powell finds Cantor, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Got to appreciate how aggressive Cantor is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. You know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Now here's Rondo. Man passes to Patterson. Clock at 6. Looking to end the run. That's tipped. Trailblazers leading by 6. Anthony right side. Offensive rebound.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
The Clippers shooting in the early going here. Pretty dreadful, 22%. Here's Rondo. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, for a point guard, despite shaky range, Rondo has a pretty good field goal percentage for his career. A lot of that is shot selection.
There's 53 seconds left in the first. Simons, the pass to Cantor. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 6. And here's Rondo. He kicks it to Patterson. 36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2 from 18 feet away. The shot by Powell, no good.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
Patterson, that's good.
Now look, if you're out there with Rondo, you find some open space, and he's going to find you.
Powell, the pass to Simons. And he gets it to go.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
Yeah, no question. It takes skill and a certain level of fearlessness.
Here's Patterson. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we'll be back with you shortly.
I look to the times where things are going well, so.
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got Anthony, also Enes Kanter out there. Derek Jones is out there with McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point guard. To the middle. Here's Kanter. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The pass to Patterson. Kicks it to Morris. And it's off the back rim. No good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
Offside Rondo from outside the arc. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 6th rebound on the night. And here's McCollum for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers. Rondo looking around. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
Oh, forget about three-pointers. Give me a look from right in tight. I'll take it all day long.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. McCollum passes to Kanter. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
A true inside-outside player. We know Kanter can hit a 3, but he's at his best closer in.
Stripped it away. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing for the 3. And the rebound goes to Rajon Rondo.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Kennard. Missed inside.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Passes to Jones. There's the dish to Kanter. And he comes up with the deuce. And that's now 6 points for Enes Kanter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey, right here.
1:51 left in the second quarter. Jones dishes to Cantor. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2. 1:39 left to play here in the second quarter. Rondo kicks to Kennard. Pass to Mann. Morris outside. The three-pointer no good. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Simons the pass to Cantor. Misses in close. Clippers trail by 14. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Tries again. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his second bucket of the night.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
Simons the pass to Cantor. And it's Cantor again missing.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Clippers moving the ball around. Pass to Morris. To the left side wing. Uncovered. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Patterson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. McCollum kicks to Jones. He dishes it to Cantor. Shoots over Patterson. And there's Cantor on the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. There's the pass to Kennard. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now McCollum, 4 seconds left. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good. And 12 points for Enes Kanter.
Strong finish by Cantor. The contact doesn't seem to affect his mechanics at all.
It's been all about Enes Kanter for the Portland Trailblazers. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. A big night so far for Enes Kanter. He had 12 points, and he doesn't get talked about that much, but Yusuf Nurkic. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic so far from Enes Kanter.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Lillard attacking. Here's Nurkic. Lillard. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Jackson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Lillard outside. Hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not.
Hey, yo, get on day.
From deep three-point range, and again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
George passes to Zubac. Bucket is good.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Offline with his three. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Down by 15. Basket counts.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. Off the left rim and out. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. Jackson's got the ball. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. No good from Zubac. Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. Lillard outside. Dishes it to Anthony. To the paint. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Jackson kicks to Morris. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Jackson against Lillard. The feed to Kanter, out to Anthony, all alone, and misses it off the right side of the rim. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on an 11-2 run. Leonard sinks that one from the post. Leonard's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Lillard with it. He's got 17. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Kanter. 6 on the shot clock. Doesn't go for him.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Here's Lillard. Good if it goes. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Trailblazers up 6. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Enes Kanter, Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Covington in at the 4 spot. Jackson from long range. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 11 rebounds in the game. Lillard from outside. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Clippers trail by 8. Outside for Jackson. And the 3 off target.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Lillard looking around. Cantor finds Covington. 3-pointer, Lillard. But they get it back. Here's the 3. Portland with a new 14. Fires the 3. Good on the triple. And it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
Stolen by Cantor. Lillard against Rondo. Shoots the 3. Up again, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 4 points in the quarter.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Rondo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And having a floor general like Rondo on the court instantly elevates your offense. He does everything he can to bring out the best in his team.
A different look for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Batum in for Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. And Lillard gets it to go.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Not going to go that time. The Clippers go the other way with it.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
Nice shot by Rondo.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Trailblazers leading by 10. Now, here's Lillard. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Good on the shot. Lillard's got 18 points now here in the second half. George against McCollum. And it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Lillard against Rondo. And it's Lillard again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, that's the one area where they've had an edge, but they've been outworked in too many other aspects of this game.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 8-point game.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive.
Covington dishes to McCollum. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got 28.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, as long as they're hitting like this, how can you blame them? They're on a tear.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
LA has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Batum. They get it again. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Lillard outside. Puts up a 3. Trains the three-pointer. Lillard's got 31.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up to score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. From deep, George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Covington passes to Nurkic. Back to Covington. Lillard way outside. And the Trailblazers another three.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they played for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. Just a total team effort.
And so Portland takes. Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George passes to Batum. Milwaukee with the rebound. And here is DiVincenzo. On the wing, Giannis lets the 3 fly. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Here's Leonard. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Well, Greg, fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Now here's Middleton. Here's Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
When he's on the floor, Antetokounmpo makes good things happen inside. I mean, he's got so much size and skill. A lot for the defense to try to contend with.
Jackson against Holiday. Now the pass to Batum. Pass to Zubac. Over Lopez. Giannis grabs the miss. For Milwaukee, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Middleton can't get it to go.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his second basket of the night. A Holiday. Giannis right side. Step back shot. The wide open look here for Lopez. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass. You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Outside for Rondo. To the inside. 6 to shoot. Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
George against DiVincenzo. Over Patterson. Lopez, no luck.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
And the Clippers making a change here. Fans checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, you got to do a lot more than that against Tucker, fellas. He's too big, too strong at times for the defense.
Pass to man. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Morris outside. Pass to Rondo. Over Holiday. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Patterson against Portis. And there it is for him.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. On the wing, Holiday. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Portis. The rebound by Patterson. The pass to Morris. Lets it go from 11. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 2. And don't go. Earlier on, we ran into Bobby Portis to explain the order.
I think the underdog story, started.
And Greg, playing with a chip on his shoulder, has served Portis well.
Some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Portis, Holiday out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. Pass to Portis. Cloak loose. Back to Holiday. Tucker, the pass to Portis. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's the teardrop. Patterson down low.
What a jam! Are you kidding me?
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Back to Morris from deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Morris has got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Holiday finds Portis. Yes, that goes in. Portis has got 4 points this quarter.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
It's good on the putback.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Pass to Connaughton. Count it.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Patterson dishes to Rondo. Excellent D there from Holiday. Bucks trail by 3.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes, can find the creases with that handle.
Here is Forbes. Kennard covering. To the paint. Here's Portis. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Passes to Tucker. Now Portis. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. There's the pass to Connaughton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Releases from 15. They get the rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
To the middle. Here's Portis. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So that'll be it.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. And that'll do it.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Bobby Portis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Middleton outside. Traps in the tray. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
Whew, that's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Jackson against Holiday. Lopez outside. Back to Holiday. Bucks passing it around. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league-wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Here's Holiday. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Lopez has got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Batum against Giannis. Leonard with no one around. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game for the lead. And it's laid up and in by Middleton. Middleton's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Left side Jackson. Over Holiday. Misses off the left iron.
Just 1 for 4 from the field. Not the way they wanted to start the second half.
And he lays it straight in. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
George looking around. Outside for Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Batum is a great spot up threat. He's quick to get it off, and the stroke is pure.
DiVincenzo against George. Now here is Holiday. Here's Lopez, and he makes that one. Lopez has got his second basket of the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Jackson against Holiday. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Jackson.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Holiday with it. Giannis outside. And there's the feed to Lopez. Right on the bucket. Lopez has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Jackson against Holiday. Down low. Lopez with the steal. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Leonard kicks to George. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer who's ready to go as soon as the game starts and whenever he gets the ball.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson kicks to Batum. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Batum's got 5 points so far.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Batum with the 3, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Bucks lead by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got Dante DiVincenzo. Portis is out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Forbes in at the 1 spot.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's man, defended by DiVincenzo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint.
because those have been big.
Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. The Bucks also with the sub. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's Nwora, covered by Morris. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Outside, Rondo. Outside, George. Out to Morris. Back to George. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks leading by 3. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. So it's the Clippers now. Rondo scanning the floor. Inside. Here's Zubats. Outside for George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Pass to Portis. And again, the Bucks miss.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And George, here we go, drops in the layup for 2.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Out left to the wing. Portis with it. George picks him up. Here's Connaughton, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 3.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Outside for George. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Nwora, the pass to Portis. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Morris passes to Zubats. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. He's off on that one. The Bucks go the other way with it. Pass to Connaughton. Floats it up for Giannis. That one no good. Clippers trail by 5. Here's George, and it's Paul George with the finish.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Connaughton. That one off the back iron and out. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And George gets it to go.
I love the activity. George is not just a perimeter player, folks. You can depend on him down low, too.
Here is Forbes. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Forbes looking more than comfortable having the ball in his hands in these spots. Not afraid to take the big shot. Bryn Forbes getting busy.
Now here is George. He's tightly guarded. Passes it to Zubats. Back to George. George missing again. Here's Milwaukee now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Patterson. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. DiVincenzo against Jackson. The shot by George, wide open. But they'll get another chance. Zubats kicks to George. Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And here's Leonard from three. He's off from three. And here is Lopez. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up. A look from earlier as the Nets bus arrives at the arena. And let's check out the injury report. 5 players unavailable tonight.
5 players unavailable tonight. A lot of minutes and shots to go around.
So the Nets starting 5. We've got Harden. Green is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving at the 2-guard spot. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Leonard, no luck.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story. Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
And Harris wide open. He shoots, bangs home the trifecta.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
George against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Outside, George. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, he knows how to score, and he does just that. Don't let Paul George fool you. He can finish inside.
Harden outside. In the corner, it's Harris. Jackson against Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now, here is George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Harden the pass to Green. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. George against Irving. George, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
For the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. And then for Brooklyn, LaMarcus Aldridge. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for Joe Harris. Another shot. George, no good. And so Aldridge will bring it up for Brooklyn. The pass to Claxton. To the middle. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
We need more of this from Patterson. Such a big frame inside. I'd like to see it when he's swatting it away.
Here's Harden and the jam by Harden.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's George following the bucket by the Nets. The rebound by Harden.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Here's Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Harden against Rondo. On the wing, Irving. Brown outside. Here's Harden on the wing. He's covered by Rondo. Clock at 4. And the basket by Harden. That's 10 points for James Harden.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And Leonard has it in the corner. George looking over the floor. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Aldridge left side. Shoots over Patterson. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Leonard the pass to George. Count that bucket. George has got 10 points.
You know, always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got LaMarcus Aldridge down out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Irving dishes to Aldridge. Rebound by the Clippers. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Irving looking for an opening. And he banks in the layup.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
Outside, Rondo takes the 3. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Now the Clippers moving it up. The shot's good from Kennard.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Aldridge. The Clippers grab the miss. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Batum inside the three-point line. In the corner, Kennard with it. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
James Harden, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Harris's shot is off, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Jackson looking around. Here's Zubac. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Clippers in the lead. Right side, George. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, determined that time to get to the rim, anticipating the pass, and a rim rocker.
Brown against Jackson. Outside, Batum. It's George on the wing. The three-pointer, no good. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Harden kicks to Harris. Back to Harden. Over Jackson. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Harden's got 12 points in the game. The The Clippers trail. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Lets it go. Jackson misses. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Harris passes to Jordan. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harden surveying the D. Harris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George has got the ball.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Harden outside.
Lightning.
That was incredible.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on note.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds. And that should...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Irving. Good work there as it goes. Irving's got the first field goal of the second half for the Nets.
And Irving is so difficult to stay with in the pick and roll. The moment he gets that kind of room, he's going to pull.
George passes to Zubac. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
George against Harden. Pass to Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that ability to play in space is so vital. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Kennard with the ball. He's picked up by Irving, and that one's good. Leonard.
The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Brooklyn trailing. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Harden down low. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Harden.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Harden against Jackson. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Irving passes to Griffin. The second effort, trying to get open is Irving. Griffin can't get it to go in.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Nets. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris. Rondo against Harden. 7-foot shot. Rondo kicks to Patterson. And stolen by Aldridge. Here's Irving. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Irving's got 8.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Rondo dishes to Patterson. And the rejection by Harden. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Outside Irving. Brown outside. Off target with his 3. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. George, no good. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. A 2-point game. Irving way outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Man passes to Patterson. And the shot goes down.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter. This time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Outside Irving. Shoots from 14. Aldridge. The rebound by Patterson. And Los Angeles guys shooting reasonably well, 45%. Morris, no good.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Passes it to Brown. Here's Claxton. He's covered by Rondo. Shot clock at 6. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Clippers shooting the ball around 43% from the floor so far in the third quarter. Morris into the lane. And that one, good. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Here's Irving. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
Rondo. Aldridge with some nice D. Brown outside. It's stolen by Morris. Doesn't go that time. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. We'll be back shortly live. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Joe Harris. Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the power forward position.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
To the paint, it's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Harden, that's good.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Rondo dishes to Patterson. Irving against Morris. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Irving.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
The putback and staying with the play, Irving. Irving's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Rondo looking over the floor. Rejected by Harris. And he recovers it. Outside Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's George. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him. George has got 4 points this quarter. Harris, right side. Outside Jordan. Harden kicks to Irving. Over Rondo. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Rondo. Over Irving. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Morris, no good.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Harden gets the bucket.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Rondo kicks to Jackson. Outside, George. He feeds it to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Patterson coming through big time. Loves to hit those shots.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. In the corner, Irving with it. Fires it up. That shot off. And the Clippers will come the other way. And there's the pass to Patterson. George, that's a two-pointer. And that one goes long. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Irving dishes to Harris. Kicks it to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Rondo against Harris. And Jordan sends it back. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Yep, that one goes. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Morris, no good. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Harden the pass to Irving. Outside for Jordan. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots it. Kept alive. Back to Harris. The dish to Harden. Irving for 3. Let's keep it alive.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 4. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Pass to Harris. The 3. It's rebounded by Rondo. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. Misses the 3. On the wing, Irving. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment. And
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry. And a good Thursday evening to you. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the 1. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Now Zubac, after the miss 3 from Damian Lillard. Passes it to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Back to Zubac. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
Lillard looking around. And it's Lillard again missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Outside for Jackson. Leonard against Powell. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Executing the plan here early. Still haven't missed a shot.
The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And a deep 3 from Lillard. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And they can breathe a little easier on their 4th shot. They finally hit the target.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. And the pass to Zubac. Nurkic with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. From deep. And another 3 for Portland.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
Here's Jackson. And the layup falls.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Lillard outside. Pass to Powell. Takes the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
McCollum against George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Patterson, that's good.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here's McCollum. He kicks it to Anthony. Back to McCollum. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Kanter. And the layup's good off the glass.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Kanter gets a lot of his points this way.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Got it. Good job in the low post. Trailblazers trail by 3. McCollum outside. There's the 3. The Trailblazers rebound. Count that one.
Strong finish by Kanter. The contact doesn't seem to affect his mechanics at all.
The Clippers have gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. Here's Rondo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
I mean, having a floor general like Rondo on the court instantly elevates your offense. He does everything he can to bring out the best in his team.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Now here's Rondo. They lead by 1. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Jones, the pass to McCollum. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Now Patterson. Pass to Rondo. From outside the arc. And Jones pulls it down. The Trailblazers shooting 43% since taking the floor today. That puts them in the lead.
I like to see the ball moving in transition like that. I mean, when teammates out in front, get them to rock.
Rondo on top. Los Angeles with another miss.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Portland out in front. They lead by 1. And whoop. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a puck.
What we've learned is staying together, staying.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. Lillard finds Kanter. Back to Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Lillard's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
Here's Mann. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Mann's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard outside. Lobs it up for Kanter. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And look at Kanter rise up. Good anticipation for the big man to go for the alley.
High post shot. The shot by Rondo is no good.
Oh, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
Lillard outside. And another three for Portland.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
Rondo looking over the floor. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
They get it back. Trailblazers leading by 6. Lillard dishes to Jones. Nobody near Lillard. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Outside Rondo. Pass to man. Morris outside. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, yeah, Morris is just a tremendous shooter. He has great touch from beyond the arc.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard the pass to Cantor. And stolen by Patterson. And they're moving it up. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Kennard.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Lillard misses.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right, and I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
And how about the focus there from Rondo? Doesn't let the D get to him, able to complete that play through contact.
Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. This one for 3. Second chance shot. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good. 10 points for him.
A true inside-outside player. We know Cantor can hit a 3, but he's at his best closer in.
Rondo kicks to Patterson. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. McCollum's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. The 3 from McCollum. Rebound by the Clippers.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
The 3 from George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Well, when Batum spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
A nice shot by Simons. And so it's Damian. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 16 points and 2 assists.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Oh, man, what a tremendous first half. Okay, obviously he's feeling the flow, and he's looking to keep it going.
They've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
McCollum with the ball, and Batum picks him up defensively. It's good from long range.
With the quick, accurate release, McCollum thrives on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
George against Powell. Releases. George, no good. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers, leading by 5. Second half just getting started, about a minute played, and the 3 ball is good. Lillard's got 19 points.
Now, his three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
Outside, Batum. Covington with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. It's tipped.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot block.
Outside, Jackson. Outside for George. 5 to shoot. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 8.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Now the pass to Powell. Dishes to Covington. Pass to Lillard from the arc. No good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Pass to Batum. Passes to Jackson. Outside Leonard puts up a 3. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Zubac finds George. And here's Leonard from 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Outside Leonard to the inside. Here's Zubac. And that one hits back iron. Trailblazers leading by 5. Lillard from deep three-point land sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 22 points.
I love how Lillard takes the initiative on offense. I mean, he's a creative and talented guard who's been absolutely on fire.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Rebounded by Covington. Portland's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. The pass to McCollum. Steps back and fires. No good on the shot.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Oh, I love to see how Jackson runs the offense, keeping his eyes moving so he can set up his guys with the pass.
Lillard outside. Zubac against Nurkic. He dishes it to Powell. Covington in the corner. Kicks it out to McCollum. Lillard outside. The Trailblazers rebound. Powell uses the glass to finish the layup. Powell's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
Here's George. Outside for Jackson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Arshon Up next, welcome to this Thursday night. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And George with the stuff.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
Antetokounmpo against Batum. The 8-footer. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well set. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
And there's the pass to Jackson. And it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Shot clock at 5. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Outside, George shoots over DiVincenzo, and it's George missing. The Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now, here is George. Banked in off the glass.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Kick out to Giannis. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Count it. Good.
Well, the balance that Brook Lopez has on these kinds of finishes is really admirable. He doesn't allow the defense to alter his shot.
Jackson has the open look. No good on the three.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. His three-pointers off the mark. Clippers trail by 3. Stops. Pops. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Middleton dishes to Giannis. Back to Middleton. Passes it to Lopez. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, you have to love the energy from Brook Lopez. This guy has got deep inside position, and he accepts the hit like a champ.
And the Bucks with some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Patterson can't get it to go. Milwaukee leading by 5. Here's Connaughton. But they recover it. Tucker the pass to Lopez. Here's Forbes. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
The Clippers shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Rondo dishes to Patterson. To end the run. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The 3. Here's Lopez. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Rondo's shot is good.
You got to close up any lane to the rim. If you don't, Rondo is merciless in exploiting it.
Here is Forbes. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game slowed down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the shooting guard. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Rondo. That 3 off the mark. Bucks leading by 8. Forbes the pass to Portis. Back to Forbes from downtown. Sinks the triple. Forbes has got his second basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Offside Rondo. Pass to Patterson. Outside for Rondo. 5 on the clock. Oh, that's blocked. Now the Bucks moving it up. Connaughton passes to Forbes. Bucks passing it around. For the three. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers trail by 11. Outside Rondo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. If you go a step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. That wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Zubac, the second chance points on the tip in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And staying with the play, Middleton. Middleton's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks. Jackson kicks to Leonard. 1:44 left in the first half of the game. Zubac, his shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
And the pass to Middleton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Stolen by Middleton. Portis in the post. Zubac defending. Portis kicks to Middleton. Passes it to Tucker. Rondo against Holiday. 3 on the clock. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. Portis has got 4 points in the quarter.
A hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
George against Middleton. George passes to Rondo. Over Holiday. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Middleton looking it over. Off target from 3-point range. Clippers trail by 11. Nobody near Leonard. The offensive rebound. Outside Rondo. On the wing, Jackson. Fires the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They have an 8-point lead. And you, big fella. And that'll do it for us, the third.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Nice game, great performance by Brook Lopez.
He's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
Chris Middleton is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Outside Jackson. Outside Leonard. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by DiVincenzo. And that one good.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
And George kicks to Leonard. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. A three from Leonard. Rebound, Milwaukee.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And they pick up 2. And the Bucks lead by 12. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Pass to Middleton. From deep. Up again. The rebound by Paul George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 10.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
DiVincenzo against George. Middleton with it. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 8. Jackson drives in. Great D that time for Middleton.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
Outside, George. Leonard on the wing. Clock at 6. George against Middleton.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh, my goodness.
Championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch. To the paint, it's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Rondo finds Kennard. Knocked away. Morris passes to Mann. Back to Morris. And it's Rondo in the corner. Now the pass to Kennard. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. P.J. Tucker comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Holiday in for Dante DiVincenzo. Back to Holiday. Feeds it to Tucker. The kick out to Holiday. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Mann. Power down with both hands.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Giannis. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Batum. He's out there with Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Mann in at the 2. Here's Forbes. From outside off the mark. Clippers trail by 10. In the corner, it's Morris. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
You have now got to respect the three-point shooting ability of Marcus Morris. He understands now he's got to take that shot.
Antetokounmpo gets to Holiday. He feeds it to Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line. How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Here's Forbes. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Bucks lead by 8.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Rondo looking around. Out to Morris. Passes it to Mann. The feed now to Patterson.
Boy, when Patrick Patterson doesn't shy away from contact, he is so effective. This guy's solid at the line.
And the first one drops. And the Bucks with some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. Bucks leading by 7. Pass to Middleton. Pass to DiVincenzo. Left side, Portis. That one, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Leonard against Middleton. Outside Portis. Milwaukee keeping it alive. The new 14. Here's the 3. Middleton can't get it to go. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on an 11-3 run. Patterson against Portis. Patterson dishes to George. Leonard kicks to Batum. George looking around from deep three-point range. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
the wing, DiVincenzo. Back to Middleton. Here's Portis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
It's George on the wing. Back to Jackson. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
It's Portis, high post. Holiday up top, guarded by Jackson. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
The pass to Leonard. Off on the layup. 41 seconds left in the fourth. Didn't think that was going to go in. And it's an 11-point Bucks lead.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Giannis with it. Leonard picks him up. Middleton for 3. Offensive rebound. Tries again. Portis kicks to Middleton. And another shot. Pass to DiVincenzo. Now here's Giannis. Holiday with the 3. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Takes a 3. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. And just about to get underway as the starting five. It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And looking at the Nets, they've got Joe Harris. Green is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2. Now here's Harden. The pass to Green. Now here's Jordan. Back to Green. Off the left rim and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Yep, it counts. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Fires from deep. They get it again. Batum passes to Zubac. Outside, George. Jacks up a 3. He can't get that one to fall. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Both free throws good from Jackson. First quarter, just over a minute played. Here is Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
And Green gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's George. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Irving. Harris against Leonard. Lets it go from 11. Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Harden against Jackson. Outside Leonard. On the wing, Batum. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. Trailing by 2. Leonard with the steal. One-on-one here. Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got 6 points.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
To the middle, here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
1:12 left in the first quarter. Harden with it. Left side, Jordan. In the corner, Irving with it. Over George. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good. Absolutely, virtually impossible.
Now, here's Zubac. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. In the corner, George with it. Shoots a fader. That one a little long. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And they take the lead. 7 points in the game.
Tell you what, this is what Irving can do now. He'll leak out and then make the right read in transition.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And here's George. Here's Batum. Here's Zubac. Jordan with the rebound.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Harden kicks to Jordan. Here's Irving. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. At the end of one, a closely contested. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Found out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. So that's the Nets 5. Here's Mann. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harden outside. Outside Griffin. Down low. Here's Claxton. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Claxton's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Rondo against Griffin. Rondo dishes to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, you know, Rondo's a multi-time league assist leader. If you're open, he's getting you the rock.
Harden kicks to Brown. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Nets leading by 3. Harden outside. Inside. And finished off by Griffin.
Oh, my word. I shouldn't be amazed anymore when Griffin pulls off a dunk like that, but I always seem to be. The man has some unreal moves above the rim.
Now here's Rondo. Kennard on the wing. No good with the triple. To the middle. Here's Harden. Outside Griffin. Back to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Down low. And Harden hit the stuff.
Aldridge keeps his head up and his options open. He's a team-oriented guy with a good basketball IQ. Excellent pass.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. Leading by 5. Harden the pass to Claxton. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
So for the Nets, Harris comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Now here is Irving. He has 7. That one goes. Count it.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Here's Irving. 9 points in the game so far. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
George against Brown. Now here's George. He's guarded closely. Leonard kicks to George. Shoots over Brown. A double clutch. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now Irving. And he converts the layup. Irving's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's Jackson. Yep, that one goes in there. Jackson's got his third basket of the night.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Here's Irving. And the rejection by Zubac. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's Irving. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Now, here is George. Outside Jackson. Over Irving. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Boy,
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 13 points. Well, we know he's... Thanks for joining us, folks.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. Here is Harden following the score by Reggie Jackson. It's Harden with the drive. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Here's George following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Here's Leonard. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. And then for the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Harris passes to Jordan. Nobody near Irving. Off target from outside.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half. Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Now here's Rondo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. And here's Leonard from 3. Another miss by Leonard.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Pass to Claxton. Harris looking it over. But they'll get another chance. To the inside. Leonard with the ball.
Boy, that has to be a relief, ending a 14-0 run by the Nets.
On the wing, Irving lets the three fly. Batum grabs the miss.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And yes, it's good. Rondo's got his first basket of the night.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly.
That was terrific.
Good. Guys, it's hard to shake Harden off his game. He's so strong and skilled. He keeps his balance right where he needs it.
Here's Rondo. Lays it up and banks it in. Rondo's got 4 this quarter.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Boy, I tell you what, when Harden decides to turn it up, then you're turned out. It is a sight to see, folks. I mean, relentless, instinctive, tremendous night so far for him.
Here's Rondo. Lays it up off the glass. Rondo's got 6 points.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Yet another hard shot that Harden makes look easy. Amazing at measuring the floating jumper.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets out in front by 17. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Brooklyn leading by 17. Aldridge out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Green in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Nets 5. Back to Harden. He feeds it to Aldridge. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shot from 12. George with the bucket.
When PG-13 is feeling it, he can be an absolute monster from mid-range.
Harden surveying the D, and it's Aldridge, top of the key. He gets that one. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, he could have taken it himself, but he went from good, better to best in getting the shot for his teammate.
Jackson down low, working on Green.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And it's George finishing it off.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Outside for Griffin, wide open. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Clippers trail by 19. Jackson passes to Zubac. Makes it off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Harden against Jackson. From 13, and Aldridge the basket on the assist from Harden. And the Nets lead by 19. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. George, no good. And here's Aldridge. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Morris with the rebound. The Clippers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. And George, here we go. And George with this stuff.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Here's Harden, feeds it to Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Harris comes in for Blake Griffin. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. Here's Batum, buries the jumper to finish the break.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And a deep three from Harden. And again, it's the Nets missing.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
The drive by Jackson and the dunk by Jackson.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good competition. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.